Is it live? Am I live, YouTube? Have you allowed me to go live, YouTube? Have you given me permission to go live, YouTube? Another random live from the Cosmic Jedi, as per usual. You know how I can not even have my phone with me to go and. This is planned well, Jedi. We'll see who will join and see how long I stay on for. Is this thing? Is it working? Audio coming through well. Yes, we like that very, very, very much. Is the thumbnail showing? That is the question. Do I need to turn the audio down? The audio down? Being able to hear myself is good. So I can see if there's any mistakes. Oh, so that means if I rub against, oh, god damn it. It's going to pick up everything. There we go. Every little sound it's going to pick up. Let me mute this real quick. Real quick. Oh, I can't mute it real quick. Someone's getting screwed over by technology. It's not the first. It might not be the last. How sensitive is a microphone? Can you hear me farting? I didn't fart. I didn't fart. That was just a joke. Don't get it twisted. I don't fart on lives. Okay, we seem to be recording. We're good. The stream is good. The stream is good. This is just a short stream. I'm a little out of practice. I do apologize. Normally, I'm in point, especially when I'm live. I just wanted to do a little rant about the Captain America 4 Brave New World. They dropped a new clip recently, and obviously the clip is not kicking ass at all. It's not a good clip. The fight scene between Captain America and some random dude, nah. I don't know if it's a good thing for movies to drop clips these days, no matter how good the movie is or how hopeful the studio is for a movie like this. I don't know. I don't know. Would I want a clip for? Did they drop clips for the what's it called? Why does my voice sound like a robot? On the feedback, I sound like a little. I sound like a robot. I hope it's not coming out bad. Did they drop clips for Avengers Endgame and Infinity War? I don't think they did. TV spots maybe, but like a full-on 1 minute clip. Maybe they did, and I've drawn a blank because that movie was so good. I don't think it needed clips. I don't think so. I don't think we needed clips for Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. And I mean, Marvel's not the first studio. I mean, Sony did the clip recently. Didn't they drop like 10 minutes or 8 minutes of footage from Craven the Hunter, which was a trash movie. I don't even know which one is worse, Craven or Venom 3. Let me ponder on that for a second. Uno momento. I feel Venom 3 is worse. It's the worst out of the two of them. I wouldn't watch either of them again, but if I was made to watch either of them again, yeah, I had to pick one or the other. It'd have to be Craven because Venom 3 was so bad I would not want to watch that twice because I would just be fuming. Whereas at least Craven, I could just turn half of my brain off. Whereas with Venom 3, I'll just be, yeah, anger, spewing lava and ultimate Phoenix energy, just fire everywhere, solar flares everywhere, you know? Yeah, yeah, just cosmic supernovas. I wouldn't watch that twice. And even when I was doing the clip breakdown from last year, just to show people how bad the movie is, it's one thing to say my feeling or or opinion on the movie is so and so. I prefer to show and tell is some one of my most enjoyable things to do when it comes to a movie or a show that I say is or that I feel is bad. I'm not saying the movie is bad. And hold on a minute. Let me pause. Let me pause because I can dislike a movie completely and then have someone else like said movie, and that's cool. That's a part of, life. You love pineapples. I don't love pineapples. You love apples. I don't mind apples. But if we've both gone to a restaurant, are 10 out of 10 and are cooked with natural um um items, fruits, the vegetables and herbs and whatnot. And then we come to find out that not only have you lied about your 10 out of 10 rating for your meals, we then realize that you're cooking your meals, half of your meals, if not most of your meals, with genetically modified items. We should all collectively be able to say it's trash. And it's not what you set out to say it is either. So you've prepared a numbing meal, very not even basic, below basic, because you're cooking with unnatural items. And your statement about your dishes being 10 out of 10 is BS. So sometimes I feel it's very, very good and important and necessary to show why you say a movie is trash. Not because you think it's trash or because you didn't like it, but because it's a general rule of storytelling. You've insulted the audience by not following the age old general cosmic rule of storytelling. Don't insult the audience. Simple. No matter what medium you use, audio, visual, cartoon, um, still images, whatever it is, don't insult the viewers. Just keep it simple. What's the theme of the story? And then, you know, keep it pushing. But instead, Venom 3 came out and they hoped and I assume expected people would watch it and enjoy it. No, sir. There are a lot more people out there like me, or far worse than I am, who will rip into a thing that is insulting to the audience and to the art of storytelling. And if you really love and deeply, truly love a thing, you take care of how you express and showcase said thing. Because not every movie on the planet is trash. There are many people who will give you their list of movies that they like, especially based on the genres that they enjoy. But even if I don't necessarily enjoy a particular genre a person enjoys, my partner, my neighbor, my ex, my brothers and sisters, they have different tastes than I do. But we can collectively sit down and say, let's observe this one movie that isn't in each of our wheelhouses genre. We can still collectively say that's a good movie. The story is beautiful. Narration, character arcs that everyone goes through, the journey. I cried in this scene. And certain scenes would trigger certain emotions on a base level. Even people who not find it hard to cry, I almost said find it hard to cry, but people who don't necessarily cry often in sad scenes or who aren't easily triggered. And that's not a bad thing either. Some people are easily triggered by emotional scenes where they'll cry, and that's good. How you experience a movie or story in the cinema with complete strangers, whether you've gone alone or you've gone with your friends and family or whatever, we're each having unique experiences, but we can still come out with the intended emotional beats that the director or storyteller or storytellers have imprinted into the movie. So someone might wail, you know, bawl out loud completely in a particular scene, whereas the person next to you might just they'll feel the sting of the emotion, but not necessarily cry. Now, whether it's due to childhood trauma or something that's going on within said psyche, that's another story entirely. But we can all come out from said movie, and based on that genre that we each do not subscribe to, we can say that was a very, very good story. I love the way Jason felt like this. I thought if I was in Tina's shoes, I'd have done the exact same thing, or less or more. But at least you can comprehend where each character is going, what each character is going through. You can grasp the essence and say, "Damn, I would never want to be in his or her shoes." Or I've been in his and her shoes situation before, and they handled it better. So now I've learned something, and you're at least being impacted in some way, shape, or form. And we can then say that's a good movie, especially when the movie we've each collectively watched together is a genre we do not subscribe to. We can then say that's a good movie. Yes, movies are subjective, but at the same time, we can still all come together and enjoy one thing and say, yo, I wouldn't have gone to the cinema to, pay for a ticket for that movie straight away. When I saw the trailer, I was like, not my wheelhouse. I don't need to bother about it. But after watching it, that's a good movie. Venom 3, however, opinions aside, is a trash, bad movie. It's an insult to storytelling and to the audience because, again, people keep saying this over and over again. Hollywood is here to make money. I feel you can make money and tell very good stories. The very least, you can make money and tell good stories. If it's a formula you want to stick to as a studio, rinse and repeat. Just tell good stories. The very least. The very least. You want this money, right? Yeah. You want the audience to keep coming to your cinema? Yes. Then the very least you can do is tell good stories. It's a basic, not epic, not amazing, not great stories, not fantastic stories, just good stories. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's the very least we can ask for. I would like a good story. Thank you very much. You telling bad stories, trash stories, crap stories, and you want money for that? Damn. Now that's funny. That's an unintended comedy you putting out there. You want money for that? Wow, you funny. Hee hee ha ha. You funny. That's good. That's good. And you're not even Chappelle level funny. You're not even Kevin Hart funny. You're not Eddie Murphy funny. You're not Cat Williams funny. You're not Dick Gregory funny. You're not Richard Pryor funny, but you're telling crap stories, making bad movies, and you're expecting money. That's hee hee ha ha funny. You didn't intend comedy, but God, that's funny. That's good. That's good stuff right there. So with the clips I'm seeing now, they've dropped two clips from the Captain America movie, and it's not even making me want to go and see it. Like, you know what? I wasn't feeling it from the two trailers or three trailers they dropped, and the angle at which they're going at it. And then because I'm into all this rumor videos on YouTube based on the YouTubers that I follow, a lot of people are saying they've done multiple reshoots, they've done the test audience thing, and people aren't really feeling it. Some scenes aren't really working, yada yada yada. So again, the basic aspect of your storytelling. What do you want us to go through when we go to the movies to see, when we go to the cinema to see Captain America for? What do you want your audience to feel? How do you want them to feel? What journey do you want them to experience? Sadness, anger, hate? You want them to feel empathy or learn empathy, sympathy? You want them to struggle with the character's plight. Like, what if you were in General Ross's shoes? What would you do? What if you had to make the Sokovia Accords? What would you do? What if you were on Captain America's team? How would you go about doing this when Civil War came out? What would you do? You know, what if you were in Iron Man's shoes? What would you do? So now you've made this movie. What's the overarching storyline? Like A versus B. Someone wants something, and that someone feels justified in wanting something. Now, how they go about attaining said something that they want, is it righteous? Is it divine? Is it proper? Is it kind? Is it loving? Do they go about attaining said thing that they want to attain or acquire with love, with compassion, with joy, with laughter, with happiness? Or is it brute force? Are they manipulating people? Are they lying? Are they going behind people's backs? Are they poisoning people? Are they waiting for someone to fall asleep before they can attain certain this particular thing? This thing that this character A is going for, is it important? Is it necessary? Is it needed? Without this thing character A is going for, will they die? Will their family die? Will their civilization perish? Or are they fighting against outsiders who are posing as kind people? We have a deal that if you sign this document, we'll give you this and give you that, and you have our word. All we want you to do is sign. So it's making it look like one person needs the other person, or the group, even though the person who's created the contract or this agreement hasn't put the people they're asking or demanding or requesting said item or items from. They haven't put them in. They haven't put them in mind in terms of the contract or agreement or whatever thing they've put together. So when we go to watch Captain America 4, what are the things we are to prepare our minds for, right? I know that they're all chasing after this new element, adamantium. I mean, they've already mentioned it in the trailer. So it's a new element, it's adamantium. Now all nations are after it. Russia, China, yada yada yada. So with all nations after it, is it justified? And then when is it Tiamat or whatever celestial that died as she was emerging? What land is she emerged on, or what waters is she emerging from, frozen? So is it in a particular area where that nation can claim, well, since this celestial has died in our vicinity or our quadrant or our jurisdiction, we are in charge of negotiations. So no one can just come in here and say, "Oh, we're just here to collect a piece. We're here to take off the pinky finger of the celestial and dip out." Oh well, you got to pay us some dues. It's the way the world works now. So it's like maybe the celestial is the celestial's body or corpse is in a particular um area where those people have been seen as insignificant on the map, but now the power play is switched. Like, is America trying to protect the celestial from other nations trying to grab, or is America pitching to the world saying, yo, we need to quarantine this particular location because Russia's coming to grab and China's coming to grab and Japan's coming to grab? Are you the one saying they're coming to? Has Japan called America like, yo, we about to come snatch the pinky finger from that celestial? Or are you just saying that? You know? So what are we to expect when we go to the cinema? Action, flying Captain America, no super soldier serum Captain America. Yeah, cool. But what are the other elements of the story you want us to, leave the cinema with? When we're done and we sit down with each other, our friends, our companions, our lovers, and our brothers and sisters, our parents, our, strangers. People could come out cinema frowning, and a stranger might be like, "Oh, what didn't you like about the movie? Are you okay? You look upset, or you hurt? No, I didn't like the movie because so and so." So when the movie's done, what experiences are you anticipating you're each going to have, and then collectively? Or is that the director's problem or the writer's problem? You put a story together. Like I said, Hollywood is in the business to make money. What do I care what you guys think? Why do I need to care about your feelings on the movie? The movie's done. We've written it. Well, it's done, and you're doing reshoots. So, pardon me, something ain't right. It's done, and you have to change a few things and do reshoots. And yes, every movie in their budget, there's a budget aside for reshoots. Almost every movie, I assume, if not every movie on the planet, has gone through reshoots, or maybe every movie in Hollywood, whatever. Despite the reshoots, have reshoots ever been done where they change the tone and the feel of the movie and the story? Was the story too heavy for test audience? Or have directors said, yo, you can show this to 1,000 test audience? I want, need, require, and desire my audience to experience exactly what I've put in. We can change the color or something, and we can do the shot, the scene where instead of looking at the character, the camera's from behind the character rather than in front. You can change all that, but the tone of the movie remains the same. So maybe there's some very tough, strong, bold, or stubborn directors and filmmakers where they're like, no, you can reshoot all you want, but the tone of the movie wouldn't change. This is what I want my audience to go through when they watch this movie, to feel this particular feeling. So what is Captain America for? Hoping the audience will feel. Since I've said I'm not going to see it till it comes out on digital, what is Captain America for? Hoping the cosmic Jedi will enjoy. And even if the story beats or the particular story beats that occur don't hit the audience the way the filmmaker and everyone involved want the story beats to hit the audience, at a basic level, are we satisfied with this meal? I'm a vegan, so there's no meat in this meal, or I've excused the meat and I know the sauce had meat inside it. I'm like, yeah, I can still eat the rice with the sauce without the meat. And I've got my wormwood and other supplements to take if any parasites are lurking inside the sauce. I know how to deal with all that stuff. But as a basic meal, am I satisfied with the experience? Let's say I love brown rice and you've made you've prepared regular white rice instead of brown rice. I can still have white rice. It's not gonna kill me. Again, I got my supplements and I know what to do. I know the fasting cycle for my vessel. I know exactly what steps to take to flush out. I can enjoy your meal and then review it. Say, hey, my thing is normally brown rice with sauce and the sauce without meat interacting with the sauce whatsoever. But as you prepare this thing, as someone who used to eat meat before and a lot of white rice before, it's a beautiful meal. It's a beautiful meal. So, what is the chef hoping on a basic level? What is the chef hoping for in terms of the audience? I hope the audience likes the starter. I hope the audience likes the dessert. Even if they don't love the rice, or if they feel the rice is too much rice in this dish, or they prefer wild rice, or they don't like wild rice, they prefer brown rice. Pardon me, or they don't like brown rice, they prefer white rice. They've done their best to have a mixture of different types of rice on this platter. So at least there's enough, there's something there for everyone. The vegetarians, the vegans, and the meat eaters. They've tried. So you prepare this meal, the menu is set, you present the meal to the test audience. Some people say it smells funny. I don't like the way it smells. Some people say it looks funny. I like the way it looks. Some people say, I heard you guys laughing and talking whilst you were cooking it. I don't like that. It means saliva and all the bacteria from your mouth is inside. Somebody sneezed in the background when you guys were cooking it in the kitchen. I don't like that. So they've had to prepare the meal again. And then people have kept quiet whilst they're in the kitchen. And if somebody says, I can smell somebody smoking outside, even though it's not in the kitchen, I don't like that. You had a lot of rice before. Now you don't have enough rice. I don't like that. I think you had too much brown rice on this platter. You need to reduce the brown rice. I don't like that. I think you put too much white rice. Is it basmati rice? Oh, I don't like that. Oh, the cutlery you put. I prefer to use chopsticks to eat my rice. I don't like that. Then they changed the whole platter again. So now the original intention or the original plan for the platter is now changed twice over or three times over. So after you change some parts of this whole meal or this whole feast three times over, it's not the same as it was the first time or the intended meal or feast, shall I say. So now the menu's been changed so many times that you've lost track. Your test audience are like, no, I don't like the way it tastes. Too salty. What salt did you use? Table salt or sea salt? No, I don't like table salt or sea salt. I prefer pink Himalayan salt. Oh, did you use black salt? Did you use black pepper? I don't like curry powder. You should have used turmeric. I don't like turmeric. You should have used curry powder. I think you should put some nutmeg as well. What, nutmeg? Yeah, I like nutmeg. You don't put nutmeg on your rice? You don't know how to cook. I don't like that. Do it again. So when people like myself say we don't want to see certain movies or certain things, whether we heard there are reshoots or not, sometimes without even knowing aspects of the movie industry or having an idea of the movie industry, these changes from the inside, um, you can tell when you're watching the movie. You can see it. It's imprinted in the movie because you can watch, you know, there are three parts to a movie: beginning, middle, and end. The beginning is awesome. towards the middle, something's changed, and then the end is like that. It feels disjointed. Like, what the hell just how do you start off a movie that's so good and then something happens like, yo, did they change? They didn't change the color, but it just feels like something was changed mid editing. But if you change something mid editing, weren't you confident enough in your original story that you had to change something mid editing? None of the cast members died. No one's passed away. No one's in an accident. And even if you say, hold on, even if you say someone was pregnant on set or something, there's an actress who was pregnant or she just had a baby. I don't know. You can at least say, okay, no wonder they had this angle of this actress all this time because she was already carrying. She was like, well, her bump was beginning to show, so that's why they always did her shots from a particular angle. That's cool. Who's gonna cry about that? But the tones change. Some of the characters are talking different. This one sounds a little stupid. This one sounds a little overdramatic. So what did you adjust and why? Because I liked the start of it. The start was nice. I enjoyed the beginning. Really got me locked in. But the middle's feeling something. I can sense something. I'm not psychic, but just by observing this thing, like maybe when I went to the toilet, I missed something. Let me take it back because I hit pause. I hit pause. I'll rewind the thing again. Let me start again. Let me put the phone down. Maybe I was a little distracted. Right from the beginning again to the middle. Okay, that same thing I felt earlier on. I'm feeling it again, and I'm more focused this time, and I'm noticing it more than I did the first time. In the end, it's like, yo, something's wrong with this movie. So people wouldn't even have an idea of what Hollywood does with reshoots, and they have to call the actors back. Like for example, um, man, Joss Whedon was doing the retouch and re-editing for Zack Snyder's Justice League. There was this thing between who's in charge for Mission Impossible? Is it Paramount? Henry Cavill had already grown a mustache for the character he's playing in Mission Impossible Fallout, right? And Paramount was like, "No, we," because when Warner Brothers called Henry Cavill back for reshoots for Justice League, they're like, "Oh, he got a mustache on. Can we shave that?" It's funny. I don't know. Again, I wasn't there, obviously, but from the general chatter, it was requested that Cavill shave his mustache, and Cavill was like, "Oh, I mean, I'm cool with it, but I don't." I remember seeing in the contract that I signed, the mustache has to be legit. Like you couldn't put on prosthetics, mustache for the Mission Impossible movie. And I don't necessarily know why. I mean, it's cool. It makes sense if you want your character to be bald, and you can, some. I imagine some actors would say, "Yo, I'm not comfortable shaving my hair off, so bald cap." And after negotiation, again, we're all human beings. No one should piss on another actor or actress to say you do what I tell you to do or you're fired. I mean, I imagine some directors have done that, some studios have done that. If you don't do what the director requires or what the story requires for your character to go through, then we find another actor or actress. Hey, it is what it is. I find it weird, but whatever. So I don't know if it's tricky to maintain prosthetics mustache because of different multiple takes and the mustache is moving here and there and it's looking funny in one shot. Even me saying it out loud, I think that kind of makes sense to say now we prefer them just grow a legit mustache. It wouldn't change in any angle. The worst that can happen is when you're shaping the mustache, if they did shape it, you know, well, you can shape it and how long does it take for a mustache to grow as well? Especially a very thick one. Probably 2, 3 days, just reshape it again, done. But when it's prosthetics and you're sweating, makeup, lighting, so it's gonna move and you gotta readjust it. So I just from that angle, I can be like, okay, I can see why they said that. And I don't remember a story where Henry Cavill was like, "How dare you ask me to shave off my mustache for reshoots? How dare you? I'm Henry Cavill, damn it." I just remember the chatter was, "Oh, I don't mind doing that," but I remember Paramount saying, "We need you to grow a legit mustache for this character." And especially when you're done with the movie and your reshoots don't clash um with the next movie you're shooting, which makes sense as well. It's like you want to book Henry Cavill for this role in Mission Impossible. He's done the auditions, yada yada. Yada. Oh, what's that? Oh, this timing clashes with the other movies doing. Cool, we'll wait because we really want Henry Cavill to play this role. So after that's done, you're like, yo, you're done with the Man of Steel thing, the Justice League stuff is done. Everything cool? Okay, cool. You know, hop on over. So I don't know if everything was cool and the reshoot window they had was already closed And then Henry's like, "Eh, we good? We good? All right, cool. Let me hop on over to Paramount and do Mission Impossible." And then whatever, the sad thing that happened to Zack Snyder's family when his daughter passed away, then they had to put pause on the Justice League. And then because Warner Brothers was hungry, again, it's businessmen. They want their money. They want their money, man. They say, "Yo, we got to finish this movie. Get Joss Whedon in this thing, and then have Henry come back and shave off that mustache, so I can, all that stuff is going on." So the amount of work that went into have to, hide the mustache with CGI in Justice League, we caught the end of that stick, and we, the audience, paid the price. So that's two houses. That's two big houses, financial houses, and again, whatever happened to cause the situation to be what it is now is not our fault. It's not the studio's fault, nor is it Zack Snyder's fault. His daughter passed away. May her soul rest in peace. And then because he's a human being and not a machine, I imagine the discussion is, let me talk to Warner Brothers. Yo, DC Warner Brothers, can I hit this thing on pause? Let me go deal with this situation. You could argue that DC Warner Brothers could have waited. Like I said, it's a business. Give me that money, man. And hey, what do I know? Do I own a what $1 billion empire of making movies? Not yet. Not yet. But I would not, partake in that practice and know what I want to be in a situation where something happens and I'm in a position where I'm struggling to release a movie in a particular window to generate some revenue, especially when it's in the summer coming up. And then I feel because you're releasing the movie for the audience, I'm the member of the audience, and then studio says, "Oh, we're going to delay Justice League." It's going to be outcry. We're going to be sad. Oh no, no, not Justice League. We're going to be sad a little bit. People are going to be upset. Oh, the reason is because the director of the movie, Zack Snyder's lost his daughter. Oh, yo, take all the time you need. Don't rush. Especially when we're hearing they want to fast track, and no, please pause, rest a bit. It's better we wait for you to do any finishing touches on the movie. Take your time because we know what it feels like on the other end of that stick. We know it's like, yo, especially historically, we've Googled some things and we've seen what happens when studios rush. We get the crap end of that deal. We're excited. We hit the cinemas early. Get your tickets now. It's all in your face on Instagram and YouTube and TV. Get your tickets now. Tickets available now. Tickets now. Now. Tickets, 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 tickets now. Damn it. Aren't you a movie fan? Get your tickets now or you're a fake fan. I'm not saying because the adverts say that you must get your tickets. You can wait. Yeah, hell yeah. But if you're a movie fan, you're a foodie, for example, and this restaurant is saying, "Book your seats now and try this great meal from the one of the best chefs in the world, Zack Snyder." You want to taste that meal, but at the same time, you're like, "Yo, did he finish the meal? He said his daughter passed away. No, I'll wait. I'll come back when he's back. And when he's back, he might, a little sad, yeah, but he's healed. That excitement will kick back in. First of all, audience, I apologize. Apologize. You ain't got to apologize, bro. You lost your daughter, but appreciate the sentiment. The scene where you're putting yourself in our shoes, and you're again human. Dude is human. So when you're saying, "Yo, apologize, I had to take a break," and I know you guys wanted to see this movie, and I know I keep using food allegory, as an example, as to I feel that's the best allegory I can use when it comes to movies. Because someone can say, "I like this movie," or "You're stupid. You don't like." I ain't got time for that. That's like telling someone, if you don't like Coke, you're stupid. I don't even know where that lack of intelligence is spawned from. I don't know where they're spawning that lack of intelligence from. You like pineapples. I like apples. It's as simple as. But if you go to a place where they're creating apples and it's not grown naturally, and then you put in all kinds of weird things in that apple, I'm going to call that stuff out and stop calling it an apple because it's not an apple. It's not natural. You've done something somewhere and you want that thing to pass as an apple, as a good movie. No, there are beings like me out there who will call things out and we will make rant videos They probably get 1K views or 2K views or whatever. I don't know. Or don't get 1K views or 2K views. But we will express our feelings saying you just cheated us. Even if you release this fake apple for free or your movie for free, I'm not gonna see it if I can sense it's fake. And I wouldn't even moan too much. I just be like, yo, this movie feels fake. Deuces. But if I pay for said movie, and you expect me to keep quiet? No, 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 no. You've insulted my intelligence. So with all those kind of things going on in Hollywood, I can see I can see why certain people are like, nah, I'm not really excited anymore for certain studios, for certain projects, just because people just, again, it's like the more I tell myself over and over again, hey, it's Hollywood. Hollywood, it's Hollywood. They're here for money. They don't care about my your what is opinions. I'm hungry right now. If can you talk and share your opinions and see if your opinions will feed my belly. Keep talking. My belly's still grumbling. Keep sharing your opinions. Okay, my belly's still grumbling. No, no. Okay, let me see. There's something else. I have an itch I would like to scratch. My hand is here to scratch said itch. Now, I can either use my hand to address the itch I have or let your opinions scratch my itch. Now, keep talking. Let me see if your opinions will address my itch. Of course not. Of course not. So I get it. It's here for money, but you can make good money. You can. It's been done multiple times. You can make good money telling good stories. You can make a lot of money telling very good stories. You can make a bucket load of money telling great stories. You can make and will continue to make a bucket load of money telling epic stories, horror stories, action stories, suspense stories, sci fi stories. Even if you use a basic theme, hero versus villain, it might be villain turned hero turned villain, revenge story, or someone got cheated out of something or obtaining something. Yo, we get it, but it works. Are you bored of telling stories? Then maybe you shouldn't be in the business of telling stories. You can't just want money and tell crap stories. Come on, son. Come on. What are you doing? It's not right. It's sour. It's weird. It's odd. It's just really, dude. Shoot, my grandma can compile different stories from different genre or different tales and just get little bits together in like a little amalgamation of a thing that we might not as her grandchildren might not have a full idea of what she's doing, but when she compiles a thing and then gives us that story, she knows the moral she's trying to teach us as her grandchildren. We don't know all the stories she knows, but she can pull from different stories and compile one epic story. And we were like, yo, out of all the stories you told us, yeah, then that one is one of the best ones. Because she knows what she's done. You've compiled different things like, yo, I'm about to hit him with this thing. And when I hit him with this thing, I know the seed of this story that is going to be implanted in their minds, and they're going to keep remembering it when it comes to different things they're going through. So now you have an intention. You want to impart wisdom and knowledge to your grandchildren. You don't have to. And again, I'm using this as a metaphor to say, replace my grammar with Hollywood. What do you want to do? You can say agenda. Yeah, yeah, yes, yes. But what I'm saying is the the agreement or the unseen agreement between you as a studio who wants to make money, for sure, make your money, make it. Go chop money, tire, chop and tire. Nothing wrong with that. But don't they insult your audience. They do, yeah, what? They won't slap you. They insult audience. What? Come on, son. If you open a restaurant and you say you want your audience to come and eat, my guy, cook correct pounded yam. We will come, we will chop tire. We even sleep in your restaurant and say your food is so solid with a knack, with a sleep, it's a knack, with a nap for your restaurant. You even have a lounge area. I say if you don't feel like you want to go home so early, go and chill in the lounge area. Come on, son. Who will want to come back to that restaurant again and again? They want to come back. They want to come back. If your friend is coming over from USA, I keep hearing you promoting a restaurant. We are booking flights. You say, come, come. stay in Airbnb, come and chop correct food. It's beautiful. There's no failure because you're showcasing the skills of your chefs. You're showcasing the passion of your chefs. You're showcasing the love of cooking of your chefs, and you're making sure you're using 100% natural, God-made fruit and vegetables and whatnot, and items chop to prepare the chop. You know, not no robot-grown pounded yam or fake altered pounded yam, no, or fake pan wine, you know, or fake egusi soup, fake akara. Yeah, God natural as God intended. You say, in fact, you say this is God's chop house. You know, come and chop God's food. Come on. We will come to your restaurant over and over. In fact, you'll be pushing us away. You say, please go. We need holiday. Please don't come back to the restaurant because you say, oh, guy, is your restaurant full? Yes. Oh, we're coming to order takeaway. Come on. You who now open one restaurant will now open 2, 3 because your money is coming in correctly and it's circulating the community. It's a win-win. So you can't come and tell me that, oh, because Hollywood is in the money making business, they don't care whether you like the movie or not. You're a fool. What you talking? What? Stop it! Stop it! Again, like I said, I don't own a billion trillion dollar studio making something yet. Yet, not going to start from scratch. As God born, and I just wake up one morning, you just say like this: Hollywood is born. Now, small now. You plant seed, the thing germinate roots, and then a stem, and now your tree is growing, or your fruit or vegetable is growing. I beg, stop, Joe. No, not be by force. You ask yourself because you're Hollywood, you just do anyhow. Don't worry. As you started your own Hollywood, which you come and do your Bollywood, I will show you how it's done. Even as Nollywood Day, Bollywood Day. Come on. It takes an idea and spark and dream. You say, oh, now don't you do that thing well? Don't worry. It's not even competition. We are here to serve the audience, the public, and ourselves and each other. All of us go chop. It's in nature. No, they look nature. It shows us all the time. I've made all of these things for you to chop and enjoy. No greed here, greed. Oh, it's you that develop greed. If you want to chop and enjoy, chop and enjoy. Ah, I don't see how that concept can fail. The people who even come to your restaurant to eat your food, they say, "Guy, do you have a placement? Can you teach me how to cook? Do you have an online course of how to prepare these meals as well? I want to impress my husband. I want to impress my wife. Come on, you know." Then the children too say, I want to become a chef like you. You now open your other franchise. Then the children who come and eat in your restaurant now work in the other. Come, stop it. It's the Hollywood is in the art of making money. So that's the only way to make money to teach your people. I beg. Like you are the ones. Not the only one. And they use one eye to do. I beg, sit down. Stop it. It's dull to me. It's boring. It's like, dude, just make good movies. That's all you got to do. It's not hard. It's not hard, and I can just about hear people say, "If it's not hard, you do it yourself." I don't. Another thing I've noticed when it comes to this YouTubing thing and this, when you're expressing your passion and your love for certain things, you find, I almost said small-minded people, as if to say that is a fixed thing, like like God or the Maker made small-minded people. I feel people are in different, varying levels and stages of progression and growth, but I won't entertain people who are in a world where you can see what different expanded who are in a world where you can see what different expanded minds look like, whether it's expanded this way or that way or this way. There's different, all the minds here are expanded. So by me observing that, that tells me that my mind too is capable of expanding. So it doesn't matter whether it's this angle, whatever angle, all the minds in this environment have expanded or are expanded. Now I can sit down and say, were they born with expanded minds, or was it a process? Did they go to a school to expand their minds? What did you guys eat to expand your minds? What did you drink? Did you meditate? Did you hang upside down? Did you pray? You Muslim and you Christian, or you religious and you're non-religious, or you atheist. How are all your minds expanded? You're tall, you're short, you're fair skin, you're dark skin. You speak a different language. You can't even talk. You can't see. Yet all your minds are expanded. So what is it that you are all doing to expand your minds that I can also do for myself? or to myself to expand my mind, because it then means I have a mind. And if I have a mind, which I do, and you all have minds, clearly I can see your minds, then that means at some point you all had small minds, and you all must have done something individually to then have your minds expanded. So therefore, I would like to do said thing or things unique to me, or maybe not necessarily unique to me, or both, a combination of something unique to me and doing things that you all did specific for you to expand my mind. Do you want to expand your mind in the first place? And if no, then cool. But then why would you come into a space of expanded mind to look for their trouble? Oh, it's fun. Yeah, it's fun to clap your head too. It's fun to kick your ass. Get out of here. What's wrong with you? Nah, 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 nah. When I've come to learn something when it comes to expressing something that is sometimes when I feel this is a natural thing that everyone has in them. And I got to that stage for me on Sunday, and I was asking questions on Monday before, at Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and things had to happen Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday came, boom. So I'm assuming if I took that same journey, 7 days, surely someone can do the same thing in less days or more days. But the eventuality is that person will go through the same journey for said mind to expand. And then I say, well, maybe I shouldn't have expectations. Cool. But doesn't mean I'll leave myself open to undeveloped minds, or minds that are in the process of becoming expanded but are still in that undeveloped mind. Who has the time? Time is a very valuable currency for me. Time and attention. I don't want to pay attention to, nor will I pay attention to dull minds. And I'm always self-aware that the fact that I exist means there's a genetic or mental composition for people like me, male or female, whatever creed they are, brown or darker or lighter or whatever it is. It means there are people that exist like me, like-minded people like me, where we can share the same energy and frequency and enjoy our company, and not necessarily put other people down because you're not your mind isn't expanded like mine. I piss on you, infidel. Get away from here immediately. No, I much rather look forward to being around more expanded minded people, so we can do stuff. Ideas we have, we can see them come to fruition. I always keep saying over and over again, the amount of tech or tools or gadgets that function well that some of us take for granted was created in a mind expanded. A male or female saw something and said, "Yo, we can do it. It's going to serve the people. It's going to last long. It's going to be proficient, efficient. It's going to be durable." And I imagine, sadly, or maybe not sadly, in that same environment, these people were conjuring up ideas. Other underdeveloped minds are like, "Oh, how do you think that's going to work? Can fly a plane? What's a plane? What you can put metal in the air and let it fly. It'll drop immediately. Look what happened to Icarus. Oh, you lack imagination. Oh, you're stupid. Oh, that's a child's dream. Mockery, mockery, mockery. And those things get boring to me, dude. Boy, small minded. It's like, dude, y'all don't expand. You guys don't visualize. You don't daydream, dude. I daydream is like my lifeblood. It's like my lifeblood. You don't imagine. Where's your imagination at? You guys don't have imagination. You just think the wildest things. Even if it's just wildest things just for the sake of imagination, cool. And then what can I imagine and bring into physical reality? Like everything we use was thought of first. And I come on here and then express a desire or joy or passion and enjoyment. I'm not sat here expecting people to agree with me. No. But see reason, see sense. No matter how, no matter the number of or the frequency of your intelligence, sit down and just pull back a bit and say, yo, let me look at it from this angle. Just see sense. I'm not here to be some overlord. This is my YouTube channel. I, the Cosmic Jedi, I'm the overlord. When I record a video, obey. Nah, but you're not going to deny, yo, that actually was whack. That movie's whack. Now I could talk smack about Captain America 4 and say, oh, I don't think it's gonna be a good movie. And it comes out and it's a great movie. But the clips they've released, it's not boding well, man. Nah. I'm still trying to rack my brain. What clips did they release for Avengers Infinity War and Endgame where we're like, yo, I gotta see this movie, man? I don't remember. If they did, I've forgotten. Out of all the Marvel movies, yes, Captain America, Winter Soldier, one of the best, but Infinity War and Endgame, and even Doctor Strange, the first one, hey, it's just a setup, man. And from what I experienced in those movies, it feels like the director was like, I want to take you guys on a ride. I want you to cry. Yeah. Not just to make you cry and no, I want you to feel it. So much so that you be like, if I was in issues, I wouldn't have done that. So that way he doesn't die. Or that way she doesn't die. Yeah, but you gotta make the hard decisions. I want you to cry. I want you to cry. Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be an epic ride. It's gonna be a beautiful journey. Your eyes gonna be like, God damn it. You're gonna be like, you better not die. You better not kill him. If you kill, I'm gonna walk out this movie if you kill him. Yeah. Yes. Look at Lord of the Rings. Look at Lord of the Rings, the first movie I've ever watched where they told me at the till when I was buying my tickets, yo, it's gonna be a 3-hour movie. Don't eat too much, don't drink too much, or otherwise you gotta go pee pee. You might miss a few things. I thought, oh, word, say less. If I walked away, secondly, it's gonna cut off at the end. What you mean cut off? Every movie cuts off at the end. No, not like end. It's gonna cut off like mid scene. What type of shit is that? It's a trilogy. Not that I didn't know trilogies existed back home or growing up, but the term was it's I didn't learn that word till I came to this country, and especially when it came to Lord of the Rings. Trilogy wasn't a word I used. Movies like, oh, part one, two, three. I was never like, oh, the trilogy of RoboCop is beautiful, or the trilogy of what other movie was is it yeah, Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh, that trilogy is beautiful. No, the first time I was using trilogy as a word in my vocab was when I watched Lord of the Rings. They told me at the till, if I walked away when I bought the tickets, do not, if you buy, they were even advising if you buy popcorn, choose small, chop small. Not they chop, not they rush. Even if the film is sweet, small. I was like, I mean, I guess at some point I heard people saying just get a medium. Like, because we don't want you to come out of cinema. I mean, it could have been a win-win if you miss something. You're like, yo, this film was so good. I missed like 5 minutes going to the toilet. Going twice. So I'm buying a second ticket. So it's a win-win for the cinema and it's a win-win for the audience. Everyone is happy. Everyone is happy. So this is where Hollywood wins. Where I'm here to make money. It's a business. Yeah. Tell great stories like Lord of the Rings. Make that money. It's business, right? We will be happy. We will chop popcorn tire. Hmm? Then we'll come back again and see it next week. Because your movie was epic. Simple things out here. When they say Hollywood is about making money, whether you like the movie or not, they don't care about maybe, because you want 1K views. People are, I almost said children, because children are sharper than some adults. Because obviously, children become what we call adults. Children are sharper than some grown beings in adult bodies, and that's no shade either. But you come on here because you see someone expressing. Sit down and let me see where he coming from, where she coming from. Let me see why. Even sometimes emotionally as well. Like I know certain things affect me emotionally or trigger certain childhood trauma I've gone through. Those things I can recognize, and I'm like, well, let me share it nonetheless because I imagine I'm not the only being or entity on the planet, male or female, going through similar or the exact same thing and getting triggered or getting this reactionary feelings from certain movies, shows, cartoons, or podcasts, or audio, or clips, whatever it is. We're here to share. We're collective beings, species. You just came on here to moan because you want views on YouTube. Some of y'all, did you watch the whole video? And if you like the thing and I don't like it, it's good. If I come in here and say anybody who go to a Nigerian, to a Ghanaian restaurant and you eat a fufu and ewedu, you are a fool. You can come on here and attack back. What? How dare I tell you what and then call you a fool? That is the silly. It's the highest level of insult, my guy. Highest level. But if Lord of the Rings was rushed and it was 3 hours of nonsense, and you don't feel it is wise to express your dismay via a vlog or a blog or 1 hour stream on YouTube, live stream on Twitch, TikTok, whatever it is, that is, you are allowing no, yeah, yo, because if the studio is if Hollywood is about making money, then print your own money. But you want the money from the fact you want us to watch this thing. And you've gone through like 4 or 5 reshoots based on your test audience, and your test audience results is it's not cutting it, man. But you still want your money back. We didn't ask you to make the movie, and you rushed the movie. You just something you done in the movie that something ain't right. You know it, but you want your money, man. Cool. Cool, but we're gonna bitch about it. Best believe that. What? Nah, 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 nah. So when movies like Lord of the Rings exist and you got Harry Potter, nah, I'm sorry. Mm-mm. Mm-mm, mm-mm. You asked the director of Lord of the Rings, what did you want us to feel? We went through Frodo's plight like we were there. We went through Gollum's plight like we were there. Legolas doing his thing, everybody doing the action stuff. We went through what's his name? I can't remember his name. The prince who had the horn of Gondor who passed away when the orcs came to attack. Even when Gandalf died. Come on. I cried. I cried. It's not real. It's no real wit. It's just a movie, Cosmic. Yeah. But the journey I went through with this movie, I cried. I don't know no wizard named Gandalf in real life, but I cried like that dude was real. Like, yo, just killed that old boy for nothing. Damn. Then part 2, boom. So you're excited. This is storytelling. You're taking me on a journey. Middle Earth, Mordor, Mount Doom. What? One ring to rule them all. Orcs. What the hell is orcs? Elves. I guess elves are used to. Then you got this dude called Legolas with his archery skill on maximum. So now you're presenting multiple characters to us, and naturally, some of us will gravitate to only one character within the Fellowship. Yet, you wrote or you even though it's an existing story, you did such a good job or great job as a director and screenplay writer. You compiled all these characters together with the combination of the acting of the actors, everything just coming together nicely. Coming together nicely. Come on, please, someone give me a high five. That boy's good. That boy's good. You've taken an existing text, you've applied it onto screen. Then you found the right actors or the appropriate actors or whatever. You found actors to play this role. Then naturally, normally out of this, what's is it 6 or 7 characters? I can't remember the Fellowship number. Of the Fellowship. Hey, don't come here for me in the comments. I can't remember. And then what? Naturally, each of us would like one of each of the characters. Some people would be like, yo, they're all cool, but I love Gandalf. Or they're all cool, but I love Legolas. There's nothing wrong with them. Or one would be like, you know what? Frodo's all right. The dwarves, the hobbits are all right, but I'm here for the dwarf. I like his way, that rough accent he's got. It is something about that dwarf. Yeah, that's my dude right there. I know he's small, but yeah, he gonna kick ass. Everyone is naturally going to be drawn to one character. But when you're drawn to all of them, it means the chef prepared that meal correctly. You who don't regularly eat wizard meat or hobbit tomato or elf potato, you know, or dwarf plantain, you manage to eat the whole meal and say, Chai, when are you serving the next one? Come on. That's Hollywood winning for the audience. Then when you say you're releasing the second movie, we trust that the first time you delivered, of course, we're coming for the second one. Don't worry. We'll pre-book tickets. We'll tell our husbands, our wives, our loved ones who are coming for round 2 because the first one was correct. We'll call and say, guys, that restaurant that is open, they did a great job. Come again. Come on. Hollywood isn't it's in here to make money, man. They don't care about your opinions. And then watch. You keep making crap movies. You watch. That money you're looking for just being like this, like this, like this. Then you'd be like, hello, money? Money? Are you in here, money? Money be like, what? There's no money here. Who are nah, it's gone. You want it so much, but they piss for our face. They piss for people's face now. You want money tie, they piss for person face. You see, it's just business, man. It's nothing personal. They want money, don't worry. Be wanting it. Want the money all you want, but be pissing in people's faces. You're not getting the the return is not going to be looking the way you want it to look. But when you tell great stories, or very good stories, or really good stories, action, drama, horror, whatever it is, you tell it well. Hi, 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 hi. Your audience will tell you, please make a sequel to that movie. Yeah, we want. And if you say, well, the characters that we can't necessarily make a sequel, they'll say, okay, okay, cool. Can you please can you do prequel? Or can you make a story of other characters in this world you've created? Because you've served the audience. You served them well. You've created something so beautiful, you serve them so well, and in return, we say, we give to you our money, we give to you time. Most importantly, we give to you attention because you have served us well. And whether we bring in our own snacks into the cinema or we buy popcorn and drinks and whatnot and snacks in the cinema, everyone is winning. When I see that movie, I'm like, yo, where do y'all get the story from? Oh, it came from a book. Oh, word. Now you've inspired someone to be like, yo, let me write some stories too. Now you've inspired someone to say, I like the way you did the lighting and the details. What camera did you use? That's someone to become a film director or a cameraman. And someone says, oh, where did you get the fabric for Frodo's attire and Legolas and Gandalf? Oh, this fashion designer compiled this whole thing. Now you've inspired someone to want to be a fashion designer. And then it was like, how did you make everybody believe you're in this world called Middle Earth? I've never seen such houses. Someone built that on set. Now someone is inspired to be a set designer. Where did you get the music from? Did you buy the, how did you do it? Someone produced it from scratch. Now someone is inspired to be what do you call it? Music producer, or is it music producer, or is it writer or composer? Yeah, composer for movies and beyond, or for TV shows and beyond. It's a win-win. So now I ask again, what is Marvel's hope, dream, desire, and intention for Captain America 4? What do you want your audience to feel? Because I guarantee you, at least 80% guarantee, we're not going to feel the same way we felt when we watched Lord of the Rings. Well, those of us who love Lord of the Rings, I'm not comparing Lord of the Rings to Captain America in any way, shape, or form. What I'm saying is the journey, the feels, what happened within each every one of us as we were watching this movie for the first time. Those of us we didn't even know it came from a book. Huh? All this thing came from a book? You must be crazy. You lying. You lying. Quit your lying, man. You lying. There's no way this thing came from a book. It's original. You know? So what does Marvel want? What does Marvel want with Captain America? And not only that, when they released it, the first, when they released the first showing of Anthony Mackie as Captain America with Winter Soldier on Disney Plus, it was done done poorly. It wasn't done well. It was poorly done, poorly done. Pardon me, poorly done. You don't do that. You don't. It. I don't even know how to put it. Again, Lord of the Rings is a great example. If Lord of the Rings can do it, and Harry Potter can do it, so it means it can be done. I imagine Terminator 2 did the same thing. I imagine Aliens did the same thing. I imagine when the first Alien movie came out, it did the same thing. Someone told a very good story, horror in space, but with aliens. and it worked. So much so they did a second one. Now, whether there was some discrepancies or one like this, yada yada yada, we still enjoyed the experience of watching Alien and Aliens. To this day, out of all the Alien movies I've seen, Aliens is my number one Alien movie, followed by Alien Resurrection and then Alien Romulus. Beautiful, rewatchable experiences. Beautiful, rewatchable experiences. Venom 3, for example, is another beautiful, rewatchable experience. Terminator 2, it's a beautiful, rewatchable experience. Um, Independence Day, beautiful, rewatchable experience. What else? What else? I can go on. Harry Potter, well, duh, beautiful, rewatchable experience. And I'm currently watching Harry Potter again. Yeah, the whole lot. Well, the only two I haven't seen is the very first two, and I need to really buckle my mind and set it up ready for that one. And then obviously Lord of the Rings, another watchable or beautiful rewatchable experience. So it's like there's no more excuses, dude. No more excuses. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood for any more excuses. I hope this audio is coming out nicely because I've been spitting fire, man. Fire. I've been spitting fire. So no more excuse. I'm just not in the mood. What do you want? It's the question. Because at least now that I know what you want and what you desire, then I can be like, oh, gotcha, gotcha. Now I know what I'm in for. Now I know what we're going in for. It's good. You want us to have a good time in the cinema. It's action. It's not a thriller. It's not a brain twister. It's not like there's a hidden. It's it's parasites controlling mankind. No, it's just it's good old action. Is it political? Do I want to watch heavy politics in a superhero movie? No, no. Healthy politics in a superhero movie. Yeah. Heavy? No. Especially if it's one sided. You might have a hidden agenda I don't know about. You might have something in you. You're like, I want everyone to think like this. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. No, but if you're subtle with it, yo, guys, what do you think about this? I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, I see your angle. You know, you didn't ram it down my throat. You asked kindly and nicely, and you asked my permission. You said, "Yo, what y'all think?" Okay, cool. Made it straight in our faces. Boom, bam. There you go. I don't care whether you like it or not. You won't chop money. You won't chop. Maybe you don't want that Lord of the Rings money. You don't want that Lord of the Rings money because them boys is bacon. Them boys is bacon. You don't want that Lord of the Rings money, man. I don't think you do. I think if you wanted that Lord of the Rings money, you would have sat down. Oh, my bad. This thing's coming through my ears. Yeah, you would have been like, yo, we need to get that Lord of the Rings money ASAP, We can't fumble. We cannot fumble because we want money. But what can we do to get said money? We can talk to them like they're stupid. No, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. We need to appeal to them in some way, shape, or form. How about we check out what has worked in the past and what has failed in the past? That again, that's me just being like, hey, how about that? How about that? I mean, I'm not here to tell you you shouldn't make money. Yeah, you want to make your money, make your money. Everybody love money, right? Yeah, make it. But I like what Lord of the Rings did. Now, I imagine there are fans out there who love the books but hated the movies. Damn, like all three of y'all, three movies, and y'all can do it the way the book did it. Mm-mm, mm-mm. And I'm kind of glad that I didn't even know the books existed and enjoyed it as it was intended, as created and as delivered. So I had nothing to go off of and be like, you know what? I've read the books, so if they don't do it like this, I'm not watching it. And then again, this is no shade or insult to anyone who is in that position. Meaning, when they read the books, they fell in love with it, and I imagine some of these people didn't even have a desire or an inkling or want or need or requirement for a live action rendition of these books. It's one of those things where it's like, yo, sometimes beautiful stories just need to be in the books only. You don't have to adapt it onto the screen or a cartoon. And sometimes you can even pull it off if you do audiobooks as well. I got to change positions and thing. So this is a nice little 1 hour or 2 hour or an hour and a half rant about the state of Hollywood. Really, I don't want to say the state of Hollywood is it's diminishing. I don't think it is. I think where I hope in where I hope they're learning the lessons to an extent, and they're like, yo, we need to, you know, maintain some kind of balance because making money is cool, but where you guys, what are you doing with the money? Like, what are you buying? Spaceships? Are you trading in your money for alien technology? Like, how much money can you really, really want all the time? It's easy for you to say, Jedi. You're not the one running $1 trillion movie making business. Not yet. Not yet. Walt Disney started from somewhere, Samsung with the phones, iPhone, yeah, it started from somewhere. Sony with the cameras, Sony with the DVD player, Sony with the PlayStation console. Everyone starts from somewhere. So don't worry your little noggin, man. I'm coming. Or maybe I'm already here and I haven't told you about my trillion gazillion dollar movie making industry. It's too. Any medium for storytelling, I'm here to rock with it. I love games. I love movies. There's ways to do it where it comes out nicely, man. So it ain't gotta be the movies only. It's cartoons, dude. Dude. You can make all the money you want. And like I said earlier on, if you whittle it down to the simplest of all, it's just storytelling. Is your story laughter? Hence a comedy. Is your story about sad things and real life things to an extent, or experiences you had as a child or teenager, or experiences you had as a child slash teenager and adult, and other experiences you experienced with your friends, your family members, finding unique ways to tell those stories through cartoons, through games, through audiobooks, through movies. Lion King, for example, would that have worked if it was a live action thing without animals? Yet it works. Snow White, or even any animal movie or animal Disney movie or cartoon, shall I say, before the CGI thing was a thing. Some animal cartoons just work. It just works. Now you can ask, can we pull this off again and do it in live action? Hey, if you wanna do a fresh spin on it, but still keep the theme or the core of the story, then yeah. That's why it's like the question is, what do you want to do with your story? What You've called me out of my bedroom, out of my living room, out of my studio, out of my yacht, my mansion, my Mount Olympus, my Elysium, you know, my Justice League Tower. What the hell is this? Hmm, ginger. Yeah, you've called me out of my sanctum sanctorium, hmm? My resting place, my cradle, my fortress of solitude. You say we are releasing this movie, the story in the cinemas. Come and enjoy. Come and spend money, time, and most importantly, your most valuable currency above money is your attention. You want it, we need it, we require it, and desire it. Then we go to the cinema. So now we're here. We've parted with our money. We're going to spend time sat here and then give you our attention temporarily to 3 hours. What do you intend to do with our attention? Insult our minds with stupid storytelling, shoddy editing, weak narratives? Or do you seek to inspire and transform our minds and help us Expand our minds. What do you want to do, Marvel, with the Captain America 4 Brave New World? What is your intention and your desire with your audience, with your fan base? Because so far, you guys are winning with the Fantastic Four trailer. And I don't know if that was a wise thing to even drop it because it's weird. You guys, Captain America 4 is coming out in February 14th, and you drop the Fantastic Four trailer a week before. I don't know if that's wise, son. I don't know. I would have waited for that to drop right on the day, even. Yeah, that would have been a clean, but that would have been fishy, like a clean. Oh yeah, you don't have too much trust in your movie after all the reshoots you've gone through, so you're gonna drop your next your last movie of the year is coming out after Thunderbolts. You're gonna drop that trailer inside your Captain America viewing. I don't know. I think I'd have released the trailer worldwide a week after Captain America drop. So that means when the next batch of people are going to see it the second week after release, those guys are going to get the Fantastic Four trailer. Then when they ask the first group that went in the first week, did you guys get the Fantastic Four trailer? No, because you want your audience to be focused on your pardon me, your Captain America movie. You want all eyes on your Captain America movie. Then after that's done, you're like, okay, week 1, week 2. All right, peeps, we're ready. Drop the Fantastic Four trailer. And to get people hyped now for your third movie of the year or your last movie of the year that's coming out after Thunderbolts, that is a bold and good move. Hopefully, that's a good movie. But judging by the trailer and just the feel and the look of the trailer alone, I'm excited for that more than I am for Captain America 4, especially after that clip they dropped. I'm like, dude, man, come on, son. Come on, Marvel. What are you doing, Marvel? Why are y'all doing this? You don't love yourself? You don't like money? You don't want money? Then we won't give you money. Hmm? You guys, you did a great job with Avengers Infinity War, Captain America, Winter Soldier, Civil War, Black Panther, Iron Man, the first Avengers, even Age of Ultron was alright. Iron Man 2 was alright. Iron Man 3 is alright. Thor Ragnarok, the first Thor was cool because it's the first of its kind. You don't want money? Stop it. Then you went downhill with the Disney Plus shows. Come on, son. Hope is scarce, man. That's like a rare material, rare currency. You can get money and attention. Those are or three currencies: money, time, and attention. Those are very valuable currencies too. But hope, oh, hey, you want me to hope that your food is going to taste good? And like I came here with empty stomach. No, we can't hope. Oh. No, you must make sure your meal is correctly cooked. Because I want chop. And the portion you're giving me of your pandemic is small. How you go to give person? You say make I call your restaurant and come chop food. You don't even give me heads up. Say, oh more this chop where you come chop, it might not be tasty. So make sure you chop food for house in case you don't come here hungry. With empty belly. Go chop slap. Oh. Mm-mm. We go yawa abi wazoo your something. We'll talk about your movie if it's not good. But me, I won't go and sit down and give you money, time, and attention to a movie. And I have no desire. And I'm using all these words. I have no desire to watch Captain America. There's a small sparkle of desire for Fantastic Four, for sure. For sure. Don't get me wrong. I watch it when it comes in digital. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I won't just kind of sit down because I don't like going to the cinema these days without eating my popcorn. I love the experience. It's not like I go every time. There was a time I used to, yo. Like if YouTube was what it is now back then, I'd have probably been on YouTube a lot earlier and faster. Cause yeah, yo, yo. I there were times I was like in my own head. I don't even think I told my brother about this. I was like, dude, this I could, you know, acting for sure, uh, making good movies or telling stories for sure, but just talking about movies like just because essentially they're stories. It's a journey we all go on. Each of us go on individually. Some people prefer K-pop drama. Is it K-pop drama or K-drama? Korean dramas, some people prefer Bollywood movies, some people prefer Nollywood movies, some people prefer TV shows to movies because it's longer and the characters get more time to develop. Some people prefer, one and done movie. So I don't need no sequel. I don't need to know what happens tomorrow and the next. Hey, I want you to come here, fight the bad guy, kill the bad guy. Next movie, please. I don't want part two. He has a child. They got married. Nobody care about that. So we're all different. We're all different, enjoying this grand thing called movies inside or under the umbrella or spawned from the root word storytelling. And then the question is, what do you want us to feel in your story? Because I'm playing, right? Playing a computer game right now. Or as a child, I'm chilling. Then my grandma says, yo, come over. I'm like, oh, grandma, I'm playing. Bring your ass on here. Let me come tell you a story. I'm like, oh, story. Now I'm on a journey, a story. What could it be this time? I mean, there could be some children who be like, oh, grandma or grandpa, you don't told me so many stories. What you got for me now? So everyone's different. And maybe the child is like, you know what, you told me so many stories. Let me write my own stories. Or let me tell you a story, grandma, grandpa. So you are still sharing something, we're still on this journey. So yes, it's action. It's a vampire. It's not really real, or maybe it is. Who knows? I've not read all the historical texts. So maybe vampires are real, or they're real and live in alternate dimensions. Hey, it's about this guy who wears a metal suit. His name is Tony Stark, and he's called Iron Man based on the comics. It's not real, but we click, we connect. You spice up this unreal story enough for us to gravitate towards it and feel the character's plight and be like, yo, if I was that Tony Stark dude, I would do it like this or like that. Well, it's not real. There's no guy with a metal suit. Someone can probably build that in the future, yes, but the tangibility of it now is not real. But you still get the concept, you get the story. You know what the character is going through. You feel for the character. His mom is dead. His dad is dead. You know, but as a character who didn't have a good upbringing from his parents or who didn't have enough love from his parents, and he or she now on this verge of becoming the villain. So do you hate the villain? Do you hate the person because of what they're doing and what they become? Or do you sympathize partially or fully with the character? Well, his mommy didn't love him. He wasn't breastfed by his mommy. He didn't get enough cuddling from his dad. He was always told off, yada, yada, yada. So it's not necessarily his fault. I mean, he's doing bad things, but you still got to blame the parents as well. So now you're conflicted like, God, man, I want to put a bullet in that dude's head, but his upbringing was cold. He went to orphanage, or he probably even go to an orphanage. He was in a good house, well built, cool neighborhood, had some cool friends. But every time he went home, he was afraid of his parents, or he wasn't loved. So now you're like, God, I don't know if I want to slap this villain or lock him up or cut off his head or like, man, I see what he went through. So that's the journey we're going. Now you're like, yo, when you finish the movie, you're like, yo, call up your friends, yo, how did you feel about that character? Now you're having discussions of a story I made up or of an experience I went through as a child with my friends or my neighbor or when I was in high school or university. And I turned that experience into a story and indirectly, I'm healing from the experience as well, but sharing that story so others who are going through something similar can relate to it and heal from it. And then others who have no idea that's a real thing that people are going through. You can then have empathy and sympathy. Yo, I don't know what I would do if I was a character, if I was that person going through that same experience. Damn, I would never want to be that person. I'm not saying people will come out mean and putrid try and see from their perspective. No, if you are just out here relishing in disorder and carnage, and there's no see from your perspective, we need to remove you before you finish everyone else on this planet. So those kind of things, what I enjoy about movies and just the journey and experience you can take people on by just applying words onto paper. You visualize a thing and say, yeah, this is what I want my audience to feel. Because I tend to ask myself over and over again. I mean, I still feel I'm early and young on YouTube, for real. I mean, the amount of YouTubers that I see, I'm like, oh, well, this guy's doing this, and that lady's doing this, and everyone's doing their own thing, and they're finding their own people. And I've been looking for my people for a very long time. So one of the languages I speak is movies and storytelling. Yes, you could say it's in the package of movies, but it's that connectivity, being able to experience something without being in it as well. That's another thing. I don't have to go. I mean, I'd love to go to space, but I don't have to. I don't want to have to go to space to experience this anymore of chasing me and almost dying. I'm like, oh, yeah. If it was a VR thing, no harm to the brain, no harm to the cerebral, and anything else. Some people wouldn't have that experience where it's like an out of body experience, but not really fully be there. I've experienced that. I've gone through something. I've grown from that experience. I'm now a better version of myself, and then there's something I'm able to give out into the world as well. If I'm an only child, or if I have siblings, I can pass on this wisdom and knowledge or feeling or experience to my parents, my grandparents, my friends, strangers. We're all sharing, and through the sharing experience, we're able to have I don't want to say well-rounded, but I guess that's the only term I can use for lack of a better term. Well-rounded experience based off this story that someone, for all I care, just conjured up out of thin air, or it's a combination of something out of thin air plus childhood experience plus past life experience. We can. Some of us have no full quantifying way to know for sure that this story came from someone's imagination only. For all we care, some of the movies or some of the greatest movies we've seen and watched, or TV shows or cartoons, have come from someone else's past life experience. Or, for all I care, we're watching a story play out that is occurring in a distant galaxy or nearby galaxy or parallel Earth. So, connectivity for me, for sure, is important. My tribe is important. Finding people like me is important. Someone just said hi. Did I miss this message? How old is that message? Syria. I didn't even know somebody said hi. I've been watching for so long. I didn't even know you were there. I apologize, Syria. If you're still here, hi back to you. Hi back to you, indeed. So yeah, I still feel I'm young on YouTube. I still feel I just started. My videos look a particular way. The audio looks a particular or sounds a particular way, and I do like the aesthetics that I in different videos. It's not all uniform, which I like. I'm not. I don't want to be this fixed. It's got to be like this. I love to move like the wind, move like fire, move like water. Sometimes I feel like, yeah, I just want to have, all my videos look like this for this week or this month. And the next month, yeah, why not? Because I'm the one creating. And I love the ability to create and not be stagnant or not feel like I'm being stagnant or feel like I'm getting bored of my own style or my own voice or what I'm saying or what I'm sharing. And I'm definitely looking forward to connecting with more like-minded people for sure. Where we can have beautiful conversations and then see the connections or the threads within all these things that we talk about. We share movies or people do, cosplay and they're really passionate about Dragon Ball Z or Naruto or One Piece. And if you say something wrong about one character, they're just, yo, can't talk about Goku like that. There's something to explore there, you know? The fact that these stories exist and they're allowing us to cry, to heal, to feel emotion that we didn't know how to feel or express, or that we've buried due to a lot of things a lot of us have gone through. And even like I said earlier on, we don't know where these some of these stories come from, whether it's someone's childhood experience or past life experience that a past life experience that they remember so well. Even the adults, male and female adults who are involved in cartoons, like yesterday, um we're at a friend's house, right? And we're all sharing our love and appreciation and enjoyment for cartoons. And one character was like, "Oh, you guys still watch cartoons in your grown age?" And it's things like that. I'm like, "Yeah, I just prefer to be around my people because almost like you have to practice unconsciously a response or reply as to why you watch cartoons at 30 or at 40 or at 50 at 60." And like I said earlier on, it's like people don't even seek to learn how to expand their own mind. Instead, they want to attack you. Or I remember when you used to be like this at school, and they're reminding you of the lower frequency you were operating as before, rather than saying, well, you've done something different. I want to do that different for myself because it looks like you are in a better place. And it's like that term, hurt people hurt people. So when I hear people say, "Oh, you still watch cartoons at this age," as if it is a 5-year-old that makes these cartoons that we watch. Even when we were children, it was adults making these cartoons. Unless there's a documentary out there that said every cartoon you watched as a child was made by 5-year-old children, which there isn't. They're grown men and grown women making these cartoons. Some people are pouring out their pain. Some people are expressing the passions that they want to do when they're 25, 35. But they suppressed that thing for so long that now they're gray. Look at Stan Lee and Avi Arad. And there's one particular character I forgot. Someone I really looked at and said, yeah, this person's I can't remember her name. I cannot remember her name. She did the Uncharted series. Uncharted, I think she came in at I can't remember. I can't remember, but either she came in from 2 to 3 or she was there from the get from 1 to 3. Um Lady with long hair and it's all gray and I thought, dude, this is why it's good to, look into the people you you admire in terms of studios and companies and what I want to say developer studios. The first time I saw the picture and a video of this lady, I'm really pissed I can't remember her name. Long gray hair. I was like, did she dye her hair white or gray, or is that a genetic thing, or is that stress? But I was like, wait, wait, dude, you're missing the point. It's a woman. I didn't even think. I didn't even allow my mind to imagine that women are involved in making games. And this is not a misogynistic, or women should not know, because I'm the guy who grew up where you're too grown to be playing computer games. I was still watching cartoons. Stop it. Now you can kiss on that shit. You can. You can. When you tell them it makes money, oh, you should be making cartoons. You still have money there. Ooh, that's another video for another day. So I learned something that day. I can't remember what year it was, but my it's like my mind just, dude, like a supernova occurred in my head. I was like, dude, it's a woman. She doesn't look like she's young. She's grown. She got 1 or 2 babies. So all this nonsense that they've been feeding me in society, these games are epic. And that means she, with her team, had passion to make these games. And if I had listened to external people who hadn't even tasted or tested the environment or lived in the environment to say, hey, making games ain't easy. Writing stories for these games ain't easy. Motion capture ain't easy. Character animation ain't easy. Character sketching ain't easy. All these things are so connected that it's like we're fighting against the very thing that is allowing us to be creation and creativity. It's like half of humanity is fighting against creative expression, creativity. It's constant, it's infinite. It ain't stopping for nobody. I was like, yo, it's a woman who's heading this company, Naughty Dog, making these Uncharted games. Yo, I bow. Yeah, I bow. Because I bought what society fed me, that women wouldn't find men attractive who play games, or teenage girls wouldn't find teenage boys who play games attractive. But yet it's a grown woman. And I almost snuffed out that part of me as well. I think I'm too old to watch cartoons now. I should stop watching cartoons. Yeah. Yeah, too old for it. Yeah, when you realize the guy who's doing the sketch or the animation for the cartoon, like, oh wait, what? That looks like somebody's granddaddy. That looks like someone's granddad. And then the voice actors for the cartoons, that's somebody's wife who's doing the voice for Bart Simpson, for example. Dude, it's a grown lady. I thought it was little children doing the voices. Yeah, it's all these things are connected, man. All these things are connected. I'm noticing so many things that I just thought were separate. They're all connected. And the more I'm expressing myself on this platform or this thing called YouTube, or sit down and turn on the camera, the microphone, the more I'm like, yo, It's like I'm letting I'm giving